Hello! Welcome to American Sign Language Storytime. My name is Sammy.
Oh, spell
Over
your
here. Oh yeah, Sammy. And then on my screen, Lakin's over here. This is Lakin. But it's maybe this is Lakin. We're never really sure while we're filming. It's a mystery. But we're Lakin and Sammy. And we're here to read you a story today. As you can see, I'm at the library. So I'm wearing my mask. It has flowers and ladybugs. I really like it. It's one of my favorites. And Lakin is at home. She doesn't need a mask at home. But we're gonna start getting ready for our story. I can only draw worms. This week, our key signs are pretty exciting because clearly a worm is an important part of the story. So that's going to be our first word. So you're going to take your palm, make it flat. You're going to take a pointer finger and inch it along your palm. Kind of like a worm crawling across the dirt, hanging out. So first keyword is worm. And then, because this is a counting book, we're going to do numbers 1 through 10. So we'll practice that first. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, with your thumb, not with your whatever finger that is. And then we're going to do 4 and 5. 6, you hold your pinky and your thumb together. 6. And then 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 is a thumbs up that kind of wiggles a little bit. And it's really fun. So those are numbers 1 through 10 and worm. So you'll get a lot of chances to do that in this wonderful book. I Can Only Draw Worms. And it is by Will Mabbitt. Thank you, Will, for letting us read this. This is a book about worms. I can only draw worms. This book is also very bright. So some pages you can't really see the letters when they're far away, but I promise they're there. Here is worm number 1. It's a nice worm. And here is worm number 2. So we've met worm 1 and worm 2. Here they both are together. It's hard to know which is which. Can you tell the difference between these two worms? I'll give the second worm glasses. That's better. Now you can tell them apart. So worm 2 has glasses and worm 1 does not. Kind of like us. I have glasses, Lakin does not. So that must mean I'm worm number 2 and Lakin is worm number 1. You could call us that, or you could call us by our names. And now here's worm number 3. She's a different color. Let's see, worm 1 and 2 are pink, and worm 3 is yellow. No reason at all. I just lost my pen. Hello, worm number 4. Worm 4 thinks he's in charge of all the other worms. I don't know why. Here is worm 5. She's a little sick right now, I'm afraid. Sick worms look just like normal worms. Right? Here's our sick worm, and here's our healthy worm. But they look very similar. The next page is really exciting. Worm 6 is riding on a flying unicorn. Are you ready? Flying unicorn. I can't draw flying unicorns. So instead, I'm going to draw worm 6 riding on worm 5. Silly. Worm 6 flies his unicorn all the way to meet worm 7, who lives in outer space. Whew, very cool. On the way, worm 6 has an amazing adventure. We're going to skip that part. Here's a picture of worm 6 meeting worm 7. Worm 6 is acting all cool, trying to play it casual, but he's really excited. I fogged up my glasses. Oh dear, there's been a dreadful accident. It is not true that if a worm is cut in half, it makes 2 worms. It makes 2 half worms. So here we have worm number 8. And here we have worm 8.5. This page is blank because worm 9 is missing. I wonder where worm 9 went. The other worms are starting to worry. But here's worm number 10 instead, the last worm. She looks the same as worm number 1. You see that? Oh, it is worm number 1. Oh, but here's 10. The last worm. Last as usual. But look what we found. Worm number 9. She'd just gone to the bathroom. Sorry, says worm 9. That's okay. Everybody has to go to the bathroom sometimes. Okay, we've got all our worms. So now that means this is worm number 1, worm number 2, worm number 3, worm number 4, worm number 5, worm number 6, worm number 7, worm 8, and worm 8.5, and worm 9, and worm 10. 10 worms, all friends together. This is a book about worms. I can only draw worms. And this book is dedicated to Worm Zero, who should be at the start of every counting book. The end. Awesome. Did you learn a lot about worms and about the worms that our author Will Mabbott knows how to draw? I do wish I'd seen the flying unicorn. Maybe next time. Maybe there will be a sequel where Will learns to draw flying unicorns. So, one refresher for you. What does this mean? When we're inching our finger along across the dirt. Oh, you're right. It means worm. Very fitting for a book about worms. And let's do one last round of counting. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, you guys are so good. You're getting better and better every single week. So we'll see you again soon for story time here on the Providence Community Library YouTube page. And if you're in the area, come by Rochambeau and spend some time with us picking out books. Maybe this one, maybe one of the ones behind me. We got a lot of books. So come visit. Have a good one. Thanks for coming. Bye.